We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, 626. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Wide. Get wide. 6 guys. Hey, flex. Loco, over here. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Get that ball. Mike 54. Watch the run. They're running it.
Now Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is scooped up by the Lions. There he goes left side. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Check. Crunch. Jam. Right now. You got 58. Wide left. You got tight right there. Out.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Tony Brown there on the tackle. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
88. Here I come again. Mike 5-4.
And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
58. 54. Mike 54. 65.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Jones. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Check 45 to Mike. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. You.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Check 9, check 9. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 50, check 50. Callie, strong left, Callie. Tighten up.
On first down, it's Jones, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Right there. Small. Right there. 54 Mike.
On second and 11 now. Rodgers nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on third and long.
45, Mike, 45. It's coming this way,
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Man open, and St. Brown has got it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
In your face. Kill. Going right. Kill. Yeah, live. Slam. Check.
Now Jones. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They'll try again with Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
It's now third and goal.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 30. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Hey, Charlie. 55. Mike, 55. Don't get nervous. 50.
Rodgers now on third and goal. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Succop, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now. This is Johnson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 29, Walker. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. 45 at the 44-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. These two teams all tied after 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
At the 38-yard line.
One set, 2, line 42. Hey, watch the lane.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Here we go. 6 yards. To the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Say.
Walker throwing on first down. Underneath for Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And this is caught at the 8. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. In for the score. And the Lions have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation. Let him sneak his way across. Coming back underneath. Put it in his hands. Let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Trey Flowers there on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Over here. 3 down. Check. Hey, exit.
And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Hey, Delta. 45's the mic. Check. 45's the mic.
All day, just like that.
26.
45.
Wait now. You got 58.
45. Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the gun, it's Rodgers going up top. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go now. Takes the outlaw. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Looking to throw. Walker. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Second and 1. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 39.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Come on.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw again. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Inside. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, Alpha. Hey, check Mike 45. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Watch the backer. 45's the Mike. 45's the Mike. Okay, double up, double up.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Rodgers will try again on second down. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. This is Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
88. Wide left. Check safety, check safety.
Throwing is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This will be taken short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 2nd and 5 now. Walker. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Back to throw. Walker. Screen play. Johnson. Finding some room at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 40. Down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 8 yard. At the 38-yard line.
Check it backer, check it backer.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Mike Spopo.
Hey, tight down, tight down.
Now Walker from the gun on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Hey, Mike. Switch. Watch the safety creep.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. The 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. extra point put through by Succop, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd and 9, Walker. And this one's incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Walker now to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here comes the Lions punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Crunch time, defense.
Rush in. Rush in. We are going. Come. Hey.
Again, it's Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. On play action. Now Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Tight dog.
Watch the edge. Shift.
He's checked. Cali. Front left, Cali. Crash. Under 10. 10. Mike. Check. Lucky. Check three. Watch the twist. Check. All right. Wide.
They'll go again to Jones. He finds an opening past the 40. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 19-yard line. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
Alert three, alert three.
Yeah, Liz. Check north. Fresno. Check 319.
On first down, it's Jones. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check back.
Jones. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
I got you.
Hey, watch that. Check, Mike.
Now it's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. This quarter second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Walker. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's now a pair. Both north of 20 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's the 2nd and 7. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
Check back. 44's the Mike. 44's Mike. Check. Hey, watch the slant.
To throw is Walker. Off play action. He gets this one to Johnson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
Here's Walker on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And it's second down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Hey, Mike. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. Get 300. Get 300. Check Mike. Hey, Zoo. Get your swerve on. 45's the Mike. 45's the Mike.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check. Hey, leg. Tighten up.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
318. 54 Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Let's make these babies.
Rodgers to throw.
Let's make these babies. You ain't doing nothing today.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Lions take
Get ready.
over
Get
first
ready.
and 10
Get ready.
at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, It's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Walker. And he finds a man on a crossing route. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Walker from the gun, he'll throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, I thought you go on the field, but okay, I see you. 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
And plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Walker. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Extra point good by Prater. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the...
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some time.